So we talked about some options to improve the air quality by going with more surface area instead of a 1-inch filter, going with more surface area with a 3-inch filter. So let's take a look at what that can do for you. Okay, so now we have a 3-inch filter that gives us a lot more surface area and less resistance. When I look into that application, you can see that this particular manufacturer, it has foam, this gray foam all the way around. So it pretty much seals up any bypass that's going to be in the filter grill here. But you also need to know that when you put in these thicker filters, you just can't put filters that fit your hole and slip them in there and say, I got a better filter. Because what will happen is you can have too shallow of box. So that when you open your filter grill, from the ceiling up needs to be at least 12 inches thick here, so that we can suck all of the air through this filter. If you have a box sitting right down on top of this, then the round duct is only going to filter the air. These corners will not filter the air, and we'll look at that on an actual house. There may be some modification needed to your sheet metal box and able to accommodate better air quality here. But that's a 3-inch, and that's going to do a much better job for us because it's got all that pleating. As long as it doesn't have bypass, and as long as we have enough area above it, minimum of 12 inches from the ceiling to the can here, to be able to draw the air through. At Rayo Cook, we do almost 24 inches there, almost 2 feet, so that we can load and draw through all of that filter at an even rate, so that the particles go through the filter everywhere at the same rate. But that'll give you an idea on 3-inch filters. This is the example of the 3-inch filter put in a can that is too shallow. So this is one of those shallow cans that we were talking about. So this is a cutaway filter. This obviously would cover this whole opening. But we can clearly see here that when we pull this down, that plated off area there, you're not getting any air whatsoever through that filter. So this area right here is not getting filtered because it's blocked off. The box here is not deep enough. So this box should be at least 12 inches thick. And if we put one of these high volume filters in here, 3-inch filters in a can like this, it would fit. But the only thing you would filter is the duct. Out here on the edges, the filter would be hitting this shallow box and actually cause more restriction than a lesser quality 1-inch filter. So it's important to understand modification of this box may be needed if you want improved air filtration, and that's just part of the, doing the air filtration thing correctly. Of a filter that has been taped in the grill with a deep box. So we can see that this filter has no gap here. The tape, the white painter's tape, has sealed the gap. And when we pull this filter down, we can see how much area, deep box, that we have above it to draw all of the air through the filter into the duct. And that's very, very important. We also notice that there's absolutely no bypass in the duct at all, because the filter has been taped in and it has been sealed so that all of the air goes through the filter. So this is going to be the best of all worlds. This is a cartridge filter. This allows us not to have to cut more holes in the ceiling or deepen the boxes that are there in your ceiling now to try and compensate for high resistance of a filter or low surface area of the filter area. So this gets mounted on the equipment. For instance, if it was on a furnace in the attic, it would be put on the end of the furnace and filter the air right at the furnace. And you would not have any filters in your house. This is the only filter, and it would be up at the furnace. The beautiful thing about this filter is it has gigantic pleats and surface area. So the pressure drop across this filter is very, very low. It's about a 1.0 or a 0.1, 0.12 pressure drop at worst. So these filters are so good on flow, they can go easily 6 months and sometimes up to a year without replacing them. This is an application we use a lot, like I said, on our installations. And what we find a lot of times is if we're maintenance to the equipment, we just simply change the filter once a year for the customer, and you never have to deal about with filters and worry about bypass or the MERV rating or getting to the store and getting the right filter. It all goes away with a nice pleated filter in the attic. Now these also can go, if your equipment's in the garage, they lay down flat, and we can put the filter or the furnace or the air handler on top of the filter assembly. They're very heavy gauge metal to support the equipment. That would be another application, such as a closet as well. Or they can go, which is a normal thing in our marketplace in Sacramento. Sacramento Valley is horizontal like that in the attic. But the replacement of the filter, you just pop the door open. This media simply just slides out. You can see just how much surface area is in that media. It's dovetailed here at the top. So when you slide it in, it seals, and it's 100% bypass proof. The media, you can see, is cut long. So when you put the door on, there's no bypass on the door. And the door has a nice gasket all the way around it. Just a great product all the way around, and that's why we use it on our new installations. So let's break down all of this into a few key points. First, if you currently have 1-inch filters installed in your system, chances are you are already near, at, or over the restriction rate your system can handle in order to provide the volume of air that your system needs. It is a simple fact that most air filter grills are too small, way too small in our area. If you are lowering your airflow with a restrictive filter, you are lowering your equipment efficiency and probably raising your utility bill. You are also causing your system to work harder, a lot harder. This can only increase the likelihood of breakdowns and shorten your equipment lifespan. In most cases, 1-inch filters need to be changed at least once every 2 months or sooner because of their low dust holding capabilities. Second, what you think you are getting in better air quality probably is not the case, especially when too restrictive a filter is allowing air to bypass the filter or cause duct leaks that are past the filter to suck in dirty attic air into your equipment and back into your home. Third, if you desire better air filtration, increased surface area, a bigger filter, will win the day every time. When we can spread the filter restriction over a large area, we lower the restriction. 1-inch filters simply cannot spread the restriction over a big enough area. 3-inch filters will help a lot. 4-inch filters are even better. And the best scenario for you is a 4-inch filter mounted in a housing at your equipment, and that offers the best of all solutions. Your rail cook technician has the meters and devices needed to take the pressure readings needed in order to ensure your filter is doing what it is designed to do and is not causing more harm than good.